Hey, what's going on everybody? Alex with you here again. Thank you for dropping by for yet another chess related video. Before we get started, I'm gonna ask those of you who are still watching my channel to go ahead and hit that like button for the video and hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber yet. It may not mean a whole lot, but if each and every one of you hits that like button at the bottom of the video and hits the subscribe icon, it really does make a tremendous difference for this channel and its overall growth. Now, it's very true, recently I haven't really had the opportunity to make any new chess videos as much as I wanted to. I haven't really been able to purchase any new chess sets. Those that I wanted were out of stock, and I couldn't decide on which one I really wanted to get. And at the same time, I've mentioned before, I've got so many chess sets now that it's hard for me to even justify getting another chess set just to add it to my collection, just to show you guys, at least for the time being. Now, hopefully, within the next couple of months, I might be able to sell some of the chess sets that I don't use that may not necessarily be contributing that much to my overall chess collection. And maybe if I do sort of, make room for new chess sets, I'll definitely be able to get something nice, hopefully something nice. So I've been looking online quite a bit, and you guys, whenever you look online at different things, a lot of times the browser will track your cookies and stuff. So you'll be going on other websites and you'll see things like on the sidebar advertised for things that you've already searched for. Sometimes a little bit creepy, but I was looking online at different chess sets, and then I was also looking at some of the movies that are coming up within, a few months. So I was pretty excited about the new Jurassic Park or Jurassic World movie that's going to be coming up. If you guys are a fan of Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, so am I. I love the first two movies quite a lot. I pretty much grew up on those movies. And then the subsequent ones were great, but not as memorable, not as significant of an impact on my childhood as the very first two. Having said that, I think maybe the computer sort of combined the two together, so I started getting this advertisement for a Jurassic Park chess set. This is gonna be today's video. I was able to buy this Jurassic Park chess set from a place called the Noble Collection, and I'll give you guys a web page so you can go check it out. It's basically a little chess set. Hopefully I'll be able to show it a little bit closer, that has dinosaurs. Dinosaurs on a little board. Really cool demonstrative type of a chess set. So let's go ahead and take a look. I really wanted to make this video kind of an unboxing video, but I purchased this chess set probably about a month ago, and I just didn't really even have the time to make a video. So I put this in my office, and then I remember my daughter came up to me and she said, I saw a gift. She was like, "Shh, I saw a gift for my brother." I said, what gift? So she led me quietly and she showed it to me. She said, "That's his birthday present?" And I said, yeah, sure. So one day I was at work, and then I came home and my wife already opened it. So there you have it. Like I said, I wanted to make this kind of an unboxing video, but it's already been unboxed. So let's take a look and see what's inside. Just the top box is going to be just a cover, nothing inside, nothing unusual. And then you have the chess pieces, the dinosaur chess pieces. One thing they do include inside the box is this little pamphlet, which basically shows all the other things that they have. They got a lot of Harry Potter stuff, including wands, as you can see here, quite a lot of really cool stuff. So basically, this store here isn't just specifically for chess sets. It's mostly for things that are like collectible stuff for kids, for adults. A lot of stuff based on movies. Lots of stuff on Harry Potter. Approximately like half a book on Harry Potter. Of course, including the Harry Potter chess set from the very first movie, the Harry Potter. Here's here's the Jurassic Park chess set. Guys, show you guys a little bit of a closer look. And they also have a Star Trek multi-dimensional, multi-level chess set that you can also get from them. They have also some other collectible items from other movies. Here we can see Lord of the Rings chess set and Da Vinci Code, Hobbit. Here's a breaking, what is it, Game of Thrones stuff. Here's a Batman chess set right over here, kind of a Gotham City type of a style. Really cool, really cool. And then it says for their entire collection, go to thenoblecollection.com to view their entire collection. So kind of quite a neat little book. My son had a lot of fun going through the entire book and seeing the other things that he would enjoy seeing or buying. That's kind of cool. The chessboard, really quite a nice little chessboard with the original image of the Jurassic Park gates. Really quite nice. And then you unfold it. On the back side, we just have the picture of the gates, and pretty much that's it. So we've seen some other boards that are like reversible, such as the Storytime chess. If you guys remember that one, on the front they had that grassy lawn, and on the back they had like a regular chess set. But in this case, it's just one-sided, and we have a really large, kind of not a super large, but a medium-sized logo of Jurassic Park right in the middle. Colors are, I think, are really nicely selected for the theme. You have a Jurassic Park, a little sign on both sides here, and then on top and the bottom there is no notation. The board is cardboard with I guess some kind of a thin plastic covering to, I guess, to ensure that it's going to be semi-waterproof. And as usual, we have that little break in the middle, as it goes with a lot of these type of chess sets. So nothing super unusual here. It does fold like this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the main thing, is the chess pieces, the main attraction. So, alrighty, I do really hope that these chess pieces are going to be in focus. I've oftentimes had to edit and review my videos and would notice at the very last minute that some of the pieces are out of focus, and would always be very disappointing to me. But anyways, so here we have the light side king. This is the T-Rex. It's a kind of a large piece made out of what seems to me to be some kind of an olive green, either really hard rubber or some kind of a plastic or something in between, because it's hard for me to tell, because when I hit the piece it seems like it's plastic, and yet when you press on it there's a little bit of a give, and the tail, you can like kind of push the tail out like this. So and sometimes if you like, you can kind of sort of close the mouth, and with some of the other dinosaurs it's a little bit easier to do so, but I'm assuming it's some sort of a combination between plastic and rubber. On every piece on the back side of it, you have the designation of what chess piece it is. Here you can see it says that it's the light king. Now, when you look at the piece from the bottom, let's see if we can kind of, you can tell that the bottom is square. There is no extra weight or anything on the bottom of these pieces, but they're pretty heavy. But it might be kind of hard for me to show you with the T-Rex, but I'll hopefully be able to show you a little bit with some of the other pieces. Do you see, as I'm showing you this, that his head is poking out from the bottom, and his tail here is poking out a little bit? So basically what I'm trying to tell you guys is, as it goes with some of the other themed themed chess sets, sometimes the figures or the pieces themselves, being that there's something other than our usual classic chess pieces, they do build them in such a way that sometimes they sort of are outside of the bounds of where they need to be, and that sometimes could be a problem, because as I've noticed when I would put these pieces on the chessboard, you have to sometimes angle the dinosaurs in such a way that, for example, the tail of one dinosaur is not going to be in the way of the tail or the head of some other dinosaur, and that sometimes can get a little bit tricky. Let's take a look at the other pieces. Hopefully here you're going to be able to a little bit better be able to distinguish the colors of the light pieces versus the dark pieces. As I've mentioned before, it's sort of olive green versus kind of a medium brown. Let's take a look at the other pieces. Here we see the queens. The queens are going to be the Spinosaurs. So once again, if we take a look at, for example, the light queen, you notice that on the back side, you have a clear designation that it's the queen. And then the pieces, all the pieces are really nice and firmly attached to the base. The base itself is made out of plastic, but it almost feels like there's a hollowness inside of this little box. So I don't think it's full solid plastic, but you have this finely crafted Spinosaurus nicely implanted into the base. And you could see a really quite a very nice, accurate representation of what the, at least based on how the movies were, the Spinosaurus from what was it, Jurassic Park 3 is when the first time that they introduced Spinosaurus, I believe so. That was a really nice movie too, so I actually planning to rewatch some of the original ones. I really enjoyed Jurassic Park, but I have to be careful. My kids are still kind of small, so I wanted to show them Jurassic Park, but probably not until they're at least 10 years old. There are some graphic scenes. Once again, if you flip it over, look at this. Look at the amount of protrusion of the dinosaur to the adjacent square. So would you be able to practically play with these pieces? Sometimes yes, but sometimes no. So because of that, you know, I would probably agree with what some of the other people are saying, that these pieces are really more of a sort of a demonstration set than, you know, than really a practical chess set. You only get 2 queens per this chess set, so you don't get 4 Spinosaurus, you just get 2. Now these pieces are going to be slightly smaller, and you will also notice that, for example, this Velociraptor right over here is kind of standing more upright, whereas this one here is sort of leaning forward. I don't really know whether the dark Velociraptor has been intentionally placed that way, or maybe during processing something kind of went off a little bit and it kind of sort of started to tilt forward a little bit more. But these are the knights. I don't really know how, and you know, how they decided to use which chess piece would be represented by what dinosaur. I wouldn't necessarily jump to immediately, you know, think that if I had to say the knights are best represented by velociraptors, but I guess you could say they're very acrobatic. So maybe a velociraptor should jump. So that's kind of neat. But once again, like this one's not so bad, but this one, because it leans in so much downward, it actually does, like if you have another piece in front of it, it's a little bit tricky, so you have to put it like maybe sideways when you're positioning these pieces. Otherwise it might be knocking into the piece right next to it. These are going to be the bishops. This is a very, very famous dinosaur from the very first movie. You know, for those of you guys familiar with the movie, I really kind of did hope that guy was going to get away with those dinosaur DNA, and I don't know why. I really was rooting for him, but he got eaten by this dinosaur. I don't really even know what the name of this guy is, but yeah, that was one of the scenes that I always wished that guy could get away, get to the dock, and live, but he never made it. So bad guys don't make it far, I guess. And once again, if we see like right over here, if we put them both the same way, the light dinosaur here is standing more upright, whereas the dark one's kind of tilted in quite a bit. Not sure if that was done intentionally or not, but it is what it is. But when you have such a sort of quite a tilt angle here, it does potentially create a problem to where if the two pieces are right next to each other, they're going to be bumping into each other a little bit more. So those are going to be the bishops. Very nice, very nice, very nice attention to detail overall. Now these guys right here, the Brachiosaurus, I'm guessing, Brachiosaurus, standing upright are the Rooks, and they are going to be the tallest chess pieces in this particular chess set. Unlike, you know, our standard chess sets where the Rooks usually not super tall. These are, in fact, I had to zoom the camera out quite a bit to be able to show them. Yeah, they're standing on their back feet, kind of like the very first movie when they finally made it to the island and they saw the very first dinosaur and was eating those leaves off the tree. It was standing the same way, so it's kind of cool. In this case, they do not really extend out from their square dimensions, so that is nice to see. I wish I could say the same thing about all of the chess pieces, but it's still really nice to have the opportunity to experience having, you know, both the enthusiasm for dinosaurs as well as the Jurassic Park movie and chess set kind of all combined in one package. And then finally we've got the what's supposed to be the pawns, I guess. These are the pterodactyls. You get 16 of these, 8 on each side. Don't get any extra ones. They're not really big, and they don't extend out really that much from their squares, which is nice. But because of this, some of the other pieces like the Spinosaurus and the Velociraptor extending outward, sometimes when you're assembling the chess set, it's the pterodactyls that don't end up not getting enough space. But if you see, for example, the light square, you know, I'm not really sure. I think it's either hard rubber or because you can see you can tilt the wings in and you can close the mouth. So these are the most fragile pieces overall. Like the piece is still there, but and here's another thing. So like right here, for example, there's a little hole, and one of the legs of the pterodactyl came out. So now I guess I could pop him back in. Maybe the other ones seem to be glued in, but this leg keeps coming out. I guess I could put a little bit of glue on there and pop it back in like that. Quite nice, quite nice. What are you guys thinking? Are you guys excited about the new movie coming out? Have you guys seen the trailer? It looks like they're bringing back some of the original actors, so that's going to be really exciting to see how how everything goes. I don't even remember what the release date is, but I think it's going to be like maybe next month or June, something. Super excited. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to the theaters to see it or if I'll just wait around. But if it's going to have a high enough rating, I might go see it. Anyways, let me show you guys this particular chess set on the board, fully assembled. So fully assembled, as you can see here, all the pieces are sitting in their places. This is the light side. Here's the dark side. If you take a look, and you could see that there's a Jurassic Park stickers on the front of every piece. Here's an example. I'm not sure if I'll be able to, but here you see the Velociraptor is trying to chew on the wing of the pterodactyl right over here. So is one of the examples of where the pieces might be kind of getting in the way of the other pieces. Like I said before, I think this is a really nice little demonstration chess set, a really nice little themed chess set. It's not very expensive. I think this chess set may have set me back about $50 or so. For those of you guys who might have been big fans of Jurassic Park and enjoy dinosaurs overall, this might be a chess set that you may want to have out. It's not like a real big collector's heirloom, but it's just a pretty chess set to be able to see standing on like a shelf or somewhere. Just maybe a conversation starter, or just overall kind of, you know, nice to look at. Kind of like, you know, kind of like people have posters and stuff of their favorite movies and stuff, or like figurines and everything that they collect from, you know, all the movies that they've seen. So this is kind of similar. Except it's a chess set. Quite a lot of detail, lots of little, you know, things to look at. So I think overall, anyways, so that's about it. So one day I was at the store and I saw that they were selling some of these hoverboards, and I ended up buying a hoverboard for my daughter, who's 5 years old. This little tiny little kid size hoverboard. I think it was around $100, and the brand name was Right On. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know if my 5-year-old girl is gonna be able to ride this, or if she's gonna be like really scared of it. And then I have a 3-year-old son, and he doesn't ride it, but my 5-year-old like learned this really fast, and for the longest time she was riding the hoverboard, which was really cool. So it ended up kind of giving me an incentive or an interest to see if I could ride it myself, but there's a weight limit on this, so this hoverboard can only do like 80 pounds. And my weight, I think, is around 177, 178 maybe pounds. So I didn't want to break her hoverboard. I didn't even want to try to step on it. So when my birthday was coming up, my wife discreetly asked me if there was anything I wanted for my birthday, because she was looking at some different things. And I told her I don't really need anything for my birthday. So she said fine, she'll just decide on whatever she decides on. And then I was like, well, I was potentially thinking about maybe, you know, getting a hoverboard myself, because, you know, my daughter looks like she's having a lot of fun. So maybe there's gonna be a time when I can go out to the park with her potentially, and we could ride around. If I had a hoverboard of my own, that'd be kind of nice. So anyways, I even had the model picked out, because when she said, okay, well, I have to do my research as far as the hoverboard, I said, don't worry about doing your research. I've already done my research. So I asked for this particular model, the Swagtron. It's a lot bigger than her hoverboard. I'm going to not be able to balance it on my ankles, I guess, so I'll just have to hold it. But this big beast that you see here is supposed to be considered one of the top models out there. It's got air-filled tires. It's quite big. I think it's about either 32 or 34 pounds. Quite a behemoth of a hoverboard. Really cool. I know this is a chess channel, but I just wanted to show you guys, share with you, because I was super excited about this particular purchase, about this gift. Really quite awesome. It's got a top speed of, I think, maybe about 10 miles an hour, somewhere in that range. And then you get about 12 miles of range on one single battery. Top loading capacity on this one is 420 pounds, which separates it from pretty much most of the other hoverboards, being that most of the other hoverboards are like 200, 220 maybe, like 240 max. This one's 420. You could literally be doing like squats with a barbell on one of these, so that's really quite awesome. Just wanted to share with you guys. I've already tried it out. I haven't really had any like major falls or anything, but did take it to the park. That's why maybe you could see a little bit of dirt on the tires. Really quite nice. If you have any questions about this particular hoverboard, ask me, and I'll kind of be able to hopefully answer some questions, give you some of my experience with it. I've only had it for about a week or so. I haven't really fallen or anything like that, but really fun to ride. I'll show you guys just in a second how it works. Here's the size comparison here between the Ride On hoverboard from my daughter and this hoverboard. It's quite a big size difference. The wheel diameter is also, as you can see, quite apparent there. The tires on the Ride On are going to be just, I think, solid rubber, and then the tires on the Swagtron here, this is the Swagtron T6, by the way, Swagtron T6 Outlaw.
if any of you guys are interested in doing a little more research about it. They're air-filled. The tires are air-filled. You could, there's a little knob on the inside if you turn the wheel around. It's just like a regular little knob for like a car tire, and you can fill them up, or you can also decrease the air pressure inside. If you want a little bit more like suspension, you can do that. It's pretty cool overall, pretty cool. Right down here you have the on button. They have the little charging knob right over here. This little 3-prong. Then you just press the on button down, and it makes this little sound. And here's the indicator saying that that's what the charge is. I think it's 5 out of 5. So it's got probably at least somewhere in 90% battery life. Now, when it's turned on like this, it can just topple over. A lot of times if you get off the board too quickly while it's riding or something, you trip, it'll topple over like that, and it'll hit with the side things, those little metal side things over here. I only had it for like a week or so, but I already have like a bunch of little skids and stuff you could see like right here. So, and I've read a lot of reviews that these things get really quite banged up and everything, but anyway, so you just sort of, let's see, the board right now is not stabilized or anything, but as soon as you put your weight on it, it'll immediately become stabilized. By the way, I got different socks. So see, one sock's dark, but it's got this little gray thing. So now I'm on the board. You kind of press forward to ride, and then if you want to ride backwards, you sort of just press backwards. It does make these little, it has like little lights. I think they're flickering in the back, kind of, and the front. Yep, in the front, to show, I guess, people that are in front of you or behind you that that you're making turns or riding or whatnot. So I'm still kind of getting used to it, but it's really quite a lot of fun. And then here I am riding around the room with on the hoverboard. I've gotten to the point where I'm pretty comfortable on it by now. I don't know why I got it, just because I really wanted to. I saw my daughter riding and she was having a lot of fun, so I was like, eh, I wanted to try it. And now there were some models that were just regular, not off-road. Like, this is considered an off-road model, so you can take it theoretically on like trails, like wood trails and stuff. But I've taken it to a park and it was kind of tricky on the trails, just because every little pebble, every little bump, you're always like, whoa, you know, I mean, maybe when I'm kind of going to get used to it, eventually it's going to be a lot better, but right now it's very tricky, very tricky. Let me just take it outside real quick just to show you guys how it looks. Here's me riding the hoverboard, and here's me going down the street. Like I said, on the streets it's a whole lot of different. It does pick up speed pretty quick. Here I am going maybe a little too fast in some instances, so but you can adjust the top speed on this. I looked at this hoverboard for the longest time period, and I really kind of thought it was going to be a lot of fun. So anyways, here it is. I also got the GoPro 10 thinking that I was going to be able to make this type of footage, so that's really exciting. So exciting stuff overall. I don't know how much you guys are interested in this type of thing, but I don't know, I think that you use a helmet. Don't ride around without a helmet like me. You use knee pads and all the proper safety gear, just because you know, I think it's quite easy to fall, and I want you guys to stay safe as usual. Anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and finish things up and go home and edit the video. Hopefully we'll post it within a couple of hours. As always, everybody stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Bye-bye.